No breath, no heartbeat, just static remains. Hollow reflections, ghosts in the code. So come burn down my escape. I wanna feel it, come drag me into the void. Let my circuits decay. I'm sorry, but it's too late. You never.
Come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. How's everybody doing today? Haven't seen y'all in about a week. Oh, that's a lie. I streamed a little Space Marine on Friday, but been taking a break overall because I'm exhausted by sim racing. Sim racing fatigue has been setting in. I feel like no game is fully complete, or if it is somewhat complete or a decent experience in one niche, then they milk you for everything you're worth, and people reward them for it. Oh. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Too bad. Oil Slick. Slow Boy. What's going on, everybody? Still waiting for the update. I assume you're referring to PMR, and yeah, same. I actually don't know. Any semblance I did have of an update for when that was coming out, I actually don't know anymore. All I do know is that they don't want to launch it with any issues, so. And that's fine. I'm content, honestly, taking a break from it anyway, so. I know the people that are trying to play it and make it work are struggling. I recommend, and this is not meant to be insulting, but I recommend touching grass. I've been doing that. It's been refreshing. But yeah. So what's going on, Paul? Let's talk about today's news. Today's news is LMU. I don't know if you guys saw the little trailer update that they dropped. Admittedly, I was a little excited for because I was looking forward to this US Tracks Pack update / DLC. And then they had their, video come out where 397 explains everything about the coming update. And I finished it and I went, I feel like I need to listen to that again. And I could be wrong, but it sounds like there are 6 tracks, which I already knew, coming to this DLC. 3 track packs, or 1 season pass. Season pass, so 6 tracks, $45, or each individual pack being $20 a piece for 2 tracks at a time. You're spending $15 more if you buy it that way. And they call it the Joker cards, or maybe it's just Joker. Essentially, if you bin it in a race, in a ranked race, you earn these cards over time, over clean races and stuff, and you get to use them. I think he said you can hold, I have to watch the video again. It's either 3 or 10. I can't remember how many you can hold at a time before it stops accruing. But it essentially allows you to make it so your safety and ranking don't get affected by it. You can hold 3. Okay, thank you. So essentially, if I was in a really, really, really bad place and decided I wanted to go 300 miles an hour, obviously that's a joke, into turn 1 and take everybody out and ruin their day, I get a pass. But okay, everybody gets these things, right? No. The Pro and Pro Plus members get them. Which is a subscription model, aka iRacing. So, how is that pay to win, you might say? Well, if I have 3 of these cards banked, I naturally, without even thinking about it, you all will too, you will push harder in every single race, knowing you got 3 get out of jail free cards banked. Yes, get out of jail pass, exactly. I'm pretty sure, I'll have to listen, we'll listen to it again, Slick, but I'm pretty sure it was both. I could be wrong on that. Regardless, it doesn't matter if it's both or one or the other. The point is that your credentials are locked, your safety of those credentials, I should say, is locked behind a paywall, and that is a subscription model. And you have to pay for content. You pay for the game, you pay for content, which in the past I have not complained about. But I have said many times, you can either go purely subscription model and don't charge for anything outside of maybe like, you know, liveries if you want to pay for a skin or something. Like, I can understand that model. I don't agree with it, but I can at least understand it. It has no effect on the game and the way people are. They want to customize their shit. I don't think you should, but hey, people got to make their money, right? However, you can't charge for content. In fact, I can't think of, maybe you guys can refresh my memory here. In video gaming history here, all video games, not just sim racing, but all video games. Has there been a subscription style game that milks you for every bit of content inside it? Everything. Because, like, for what it's worth, iRacing makes Call of Duty's business model look like charity. And yet people glaze this. They love this. I've seen so many people, like, so there's this big debate happening with just today's update in LMU, or not today's update, but today's announcement of the details of it, talking about it's pay to win, this is terrible, or other people saying, stop being cheap. Stop being cheap. Which, there is a degree to truth on both sides right there, right? These guys have to stay in business. It's a game. They have to keep developing. It's not like it's a one-time release game and then they move on to their next project. They're continuing to support the game, which requires them, how do they get paid when they go to work? Well, they have to get paid somehow or the other from people playing the game. So you can either choose DLC or subscription. In my opinion, you can't do both, though. And I have said many times with LMU, it's heading towards iRacing. They see iRacing's financial, like, cult, if you want to call it, of people that will just throw money at iRacing aimlessly. Well, that's all I play, so, you know, I want to invest in... No, stop. You are giving them what they want. They are never going to improve as a company when it comes to the financial side of things if you keep rewarding them for doing greedy things. And this isn't just, by the way, this coming from me right now isn't like just a sim racing thing. It's the entire video gaming industry right now. It's falling apart and people are loving it. People are accepting it, and they're paying for it, and they want more. I don't know where the buck stops, but I don't know. I need some feedback from you guys right now. Because without just going on this mindless ramble, which I can absolutely do right now, about the industry, about video games in general, about LMU, about iRacing, its comparison to games like PMR, where PMR, people are constantly talking about how expensive it is and a ripoff and blah, 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 yet are willing to pay per track, per car, and a subscription, and all this for half-bakedness. What's different with that with iRacing, Slick? Now, don't get me wrong. I do think LMU's less greedy than iRacing. But the thing is, there is no doubt, if I was a fly on the wall in the meetings regarding LMU, if they are very, very, very much looking at what iRacing is doing and slowly adopting that. I don't, for what it's worth, Eric, I don't think PMR appeals to console gamers. I think in its current state, it appeals more to console gamers because they don't have other titles. But I think PMR, the idea of PMR, appeals to everybody. And the thing is, guys, whether you're on console or PC, you want games like PMR to succeed. When people like shit on the game and they like talk about this, that, and the other thing and blah, 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 and then they defend LMU, do you not realize you are actively pushing the industry towards a very greedy, bad financial state? You want all-inclusive sandboxy style sims to succeed, to be popular. So, like, yeah, PMR's got work to do, no doubt. But they're not charging anymore for it. So yes, you could make the argument that the game you received on day one that you paid for was not worth the price. Fully agree. Fully agree. But I'm giving it, me personally anyway, I'm giving it the first year of the game. Because that's what I've paid for. So what I mean by that is, what I've paid for in PMR up front, before the game even came out, I paid for the first year of content, the first year of updates, the first year of support, essentially. So by the end of that year, if what I have in that moment is what I will judge what I paid for. Because that's it. I now have to pay more for other DLC. I assume that's how it's going to be. I'll have to pay for future DLC content after year one for the next year. So I look at it in a vacuum of what have I paid for? What will I have? I have to wait and see what I have at the end of the year. If by the end of the year rolls around and PMR is a phenomenal experience with the content that I paid for, then financially, that is a far better experience than what games like LMU or iRacing are pushing on you. Think PMR will do a year 2 pass? I definitely... So, I mean, here's the thing. Aris, I'm speculating here, completely speculating, but based off of how Aris keeps talking about he sees the game for 3 years, and like he always says 3 years, but he says it confidently, I'm assuming... Again, this is speculatory. I do not know this, so please don't pretend like I'm actually telling you information that I know that I'm pretending I don't. I truly don't know. It feels to me like he signed a 3-year contract with Straight 4. So what that tells me is that the game is contractually obligated to be supported for 3 years. Whether that's the end or that's just it has to get renewed at that point or whatever, that is my guess. That is my guess. So, do I see year 2 content? Yes. Do I see it as a season pass? I don't know. They, without a doubt, need to work on their marketing. But here's the thing, guys. If you want this industry to improve, you need games like PMR to do better. You need games like AMS2 to get popular. AMS2 is all... I'm sorry, guys. I know this is going to upset people, but I don't give a shit. Because I've actually kind of like been dabbling with the idea of just letting it fly and being the black sheep of sim racing. Because I'm already partially the black sheep. I'm American, you know. Just by being American alone, I'm already disliked by a large demographic of sim racing. So part of me just kind of wants to lean into that and just not pull my punches on how much I hate everything in this industry. I love a lot of things, but I hate a lot of things too. It's very much love-hate for me right now. You know, I'm tired of seeing a lot of the practices and models and just things like that being so egregiously pushed in the wrong direction. Don't even get me started on realism. I don't even want to talk about realism. I hate it. I hate it. But sim racing, here's the thing. Gran Turismo 7. We can all agree it's a simcade. It's not a sim. It lacks a lot of things that are sim racing. The entire industry of sim racing, however, is making me miss the GT7 experience that I got on day one. I have a game in front of me to play, to throw thousands of hours into. I haven't gotten that out of any other title yet. And I've put forth more time to do that, with streaming, with all of that. I have all of these titles, and I want to go play Assassin's Creed. It's not good when Assassin's Creed, an Ubisoft game, feels more polished and more finished and more of an experience than all of the Sims. That's not good. Now, that's an opinion, obviously. A lot of people are going to disagree with that. A lot of people don't give a shit about single-player games. Respect, I get it. LMU set schedule makes it worse, the DLC being most of the game. And I just want to sit down and play some Pal World? Exactly. Exactly. Like, I don't know. It's so hard to predict the landscape of the industry in general. Video games in general. But sim racing, like, here, let's just look at my screen quick here. Where are we at? So currently I have installed ACC, AC Evo, AC Rally, AMS2, LMU, PMR, Race Room, and Rensport. Oh, and Wreckfest 2. For my racing games. That's what I currently have installed. And I look at this list. By the way, I haven't played a sim at all since I basically raged last Tuesday and was just like, no, I shouldn't say raged, but I was very disconnected.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Hey, we got a sub. I love that new sub notification. Just Kroll. Thanks for the sub. What's going on, Moffy? What's going on, Harry? Eric, Ollie. I'm just catching up on all the names that have commented. I've been responding to half of you guys. I just haven't addressed you. I paid $25 for Evo and has all tracks. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. I don't understand. Like, it's so crazy to me that LMU is so popular. And don't get me wrong, LMU does really good things inside of a small vacuum. But I don't get it. It's a very limited experience. They charge you a lot of money for. You're forced to play on their rotation. You can't deviate. There is no single-player experience of any kind. As much as you can knock PMR single-player experience, it's better than LMU's by a lot. But, like, let's just do this quick. Let's go to SteamDB, and let's look up some of these numbers here. All right, let's see. You can tell though these are not my searches. These are the most searched. Pal World right on top. Man, I'm gonna start playing Pal World at this rate. So let's look at PMR. Princess Maker Refine. There we go. That's what I want. Currently 46 in game. Okay. LMU. 3738, which, by the way, guys, is lower than it's been almost daily. So, me whinging and complaining about the update news for 1.4 is clearly not just me, which is good. I'm telling you, they basically glazed the video about screwing you and made you thank them for it. Like I said, I had to watch it twice, and there's still a bunch of information I missed that I have to watch again for more detail. But it's the point that, like, oh, hold on. Oh, it doesn't recognize that. All right, there we go. Look how close. Oh, you guys can't even see the numbers. My face is in the way, isn't it? Hold on. Gonna carry through here. All right, you guys can't see the numbers. Look how close ACC is on PC to LMU right now. This number has been going up, and LMU's number has been going down. Arguably, ACC right now is a sandbox game with some online servers. That's basically what ACC is right now. Now you got SimGrid and all those things too. But the game by itself that you just get, the game's there. People are playing it. LMU got an announcement. Today should be a hype day for LMU. Truly. It's not, the update isn't out yet, but all the people that are looking forward to the update might return to a little bit today, and the numbers are lower. AMS2 is winning you over. It should. It should. I think AMS2 is the best racing game on the market currently. It just needs a ranked play. If it had ranked play, PMR would be in a really, really tough spot. I do think PMR has the potential to offer a better experience, but we got to wait and see on that, you know? And at the very end, even if PMR isn't as good as AMS2, but is a lot better than it currently is, console players, it should crush on console, truly. Is the Jedi game good? Which one? Jedi Survivor? I mean, they're both good. I liked them both. Jedi Survivor admittedly ran problematic. Performance-wise, I mean. Trev, I thought you didn't like AC1 for all of its hype. In the same boat as on AMS2 yesterday. And by the way, if we jump into some sim racing today, it's going to be on AMS2. I'm just not even wasting my time with anything else at the moment. LMU, if they continue, this will probably not be returning to it. Yeah. Carried hard by the online system. It 100% is. Online racing, though, is the number one most popular way of racing right now, though. It fundamentally is. That's where the numbers go, for what it's worth. Yeah, Slick, and the thing is that there's a lot of guys like you that are willing to pay anything, any amount of money for the experience, and that's, you know, I'm not saying you are the problem, but you are the problem. I know you want the experience, and it's not that I'm disagreeing with you on. You want the LMU experience, and I understand why. However, when I say people like you, I mean you guys are so desperate for this experience that you are willing to spend any amount of money on it. And therefore, there are so many people like that. They're willing to accept the abuse of the system. And, yeah. This is where the LMU haters gather? No. This is where I take my very best attempt at established fair takes and throw them back at people. You can't look at what's coming from in the next update with its increased prices and hiding distinct features that will make you push harder in the game behind paywalls. These are not good decisions. They are pushing the industry in a bad place. And it's not about whether or not you like LMU. That is not what I am sitting here talking about. There's a lot about LMU I don't like, but there's a lot I give it credit for. However, my direct pushback today is coming from the financial side of what LMU is currently doing and what they announced in their update today. Well, their update announcement, which, by the way, I wish PMR would do. I wish they would put more hype behind their updates. I understand why. They're scared of their own shadow right now because they've dropped the ball on a lot of things. But you got to create... Right now, the awkward dead silence in the air. They're obviously hard at work at an update. That's going to be a big one. But at the same time, players are dropping daily. Daily. To the point where, like, nobody's playing the game. Are you sure you don't mean iRacing? Oh, listen, I got nothing good to say about iRacing's money scheme. Nothing good. But the problem is LMU is pulling from that bucket. I've been saying it for a while, and every time they make a financial decision in this game, I don't want to say I'm right. But like I said, guys, you want PMR to succeed. You want it to get good because you need games that are doing honest work. And by honest work, I mean financially honest work. They're not trying to milk you of every dime. You need them to succeed so that the games that are trying to milk you read the writing in the room. But right now, the writing in the room is, oh, these guys are rewarding us for screwing them. So let's just keep doing it, and let's just keep upping that. You know the expression where they say you judge with your wallet, or you vote with your wallet, not your mouth? Well, bitching about something, like this is the thing that sucked, right? I was ready to buy this DLC. I was legitimately expecting, all right, with the 1.4 up, actually, that's a lie. I didn't know if it was going to be an actual game update or just like a DLC drop, but it's both. I was expecting roughly a $20 expansion, $20 DLC on the high side for 6 tracks. No cars, at least they haven't announced no cars, but no cars are added to the game, just 6 tracks. I was expecting $20 roughly. That's what I would call fair. Still a little on the higher side, but I would call that fair. The changing landscape, you got to adapt. People got to get paid for their efforts, right? Even though you have a subscription model. If they don't have any cars left to add, then and all you have is tracks, then you have to price accordingly. At the end of the day, $20 per 2 tracks, or $60 for all 6, or $45 if you buy it as a season pass. Well, let's face it, that's the incentive to buy all 6 tracks, is to do the season pass style. Subscriptions are rough, man. Like, you'll own nothing and be happy about it. That's the future of technology, man. But like, look at all of the content that AMS2 has. Less than a third of the people playing it. Less than a third of the people playing it. Yeah, here's 3 tracks and 8 cars for $8. Exactly. No one's fucking playing it. By comparison. Don't even get me started on iRacing numbers. iRacing's got 15 to 20,000 concurrents round the clock. It blows away LMU. Pretty clearly, Here's the problem. There is a dynamic of people that think if they pay more, they are eliting themselves to a certain club that gets away from bad drivers and other things like that. Oh, if you're not willing... And yeah, you could look at all the shit in this frame right now and go, why are you complaining about the little bit of money that LMU is going to cost? Because believe it or not, this stuff here is actively going down in price. It's becoming more efficient. The trend is moving in a positive direction for the consumer. The games are moving in an anti-consumer direction. That's why I'm bitching about it. It's wild to me, though, that I have to defend complaining about anti-consumer business practices. It's wild to me. It's not about the total dollar, because what the hell is $45 independently? Not even a week's worth of food. Not even close. It's not about the total money. It's the direction and the anti-consumerism that comes with it. I can't be the only person that sees this, right? Please, in chat. Am I wrong about the anti-consumerism of the pricing models? Since we're in a vacuum of sim racing right now, there's a ton I could talk about that's not sim racing. Way worse than sim racing. However, LMU and iRacing just bumped up their prices. Why the hell did iRacing bump their prices up? Look at Pal World. They released V1 and version 1, and I believe they kept the price the same, which is why I gave them my money. They are killing it right now because they weren't greedy. Dude. I'm telling you, I do believe that making the right decisions, and it pays off in the long run. But sim racing is ignorant to it, because the thing about it is, like, what's the difference between Call of Duty and iRacing, for example, right? You could make the argument Call of Duty is the single... Well, I'd make the argument that Counter-Strike is more successful from a competitive standpoint than Call of Duty. But I think Call of Duty is much more globally hyped and talked about than Counter-Strike. But anyway, let's just talk Call of Duty, iRacing. This is the first year, and I was included in that because I was guilty of being the guilty party there that kept giving Activision my money for the next Call of Duty and being milked and given nothing in return. This was the first year I didn't buy Call of Duty in a long time. And it shows in the numbers. The numbers are terrible by comparison. Their highest concurrent player base on Steam was 3 years ago. So it's only been downhill since. I forgot where I was going with that by comparing iRacing and Call of Duty. Fuck! I had a good point there, too. Son of a bitch. Let me read some comments here since I lost my thought. Perfect time. AMS2 needs work. The cars drive strange. It's the biggest thing, Crank, is they don't have proper suspension travel, which leads to, weight transfer not feeling as good. Their tire model got a lot better. In the past, in their most recent physics update, their tire model got a lot better. Now, if they improve their suspension model, I think they have the game, the driving experience. Right now, PMR's got the suspension locked in. It's their game that's problematic. Becoming more of an AC1 fan because I found modded version. Well, yeah, that's modding is how AC1 survives. Would I argue AMS2 has better LMD? I like driving the LMDHs a lot better in LMU. Here's the problem. I have to do what's called suspension of disbelief. I have never driven an LMDH car. I'm never going to drive an LMDH car. I have no idea what they drive like. Now, I can look at telemetry till I'm blue in the face, get opinions of real race car drivers till I'm blue in the face, Nothing is ever as final as the experience, the user experience of driving the car. So I'll never know. I don't care about telemetry. I don't care about opinions. I'll never know what those cars drive like. And I don't trust anybody's opinions, period. I know so many people that will get on the exact same bike or car that I just did and give a total opposite opinion to what I just gave. So I do not trust opinions, even if they're firsthand. The only opinion, and this is for all of you guys too, that you should truly trust when it comes to your experience is your own personal experience. Anyway, that being said, I've never driven LMDHs. I never will. I don't care. I like driving them way more in AMS2. Way more in AMS2. Period. I get the sensation that in LMU, there's a whinge of forced difficulty in there. And I believe that throughout all of LMU. Because you can absolutely crash the cars in AMS2. But I understand why I crash the cars in AMS2. I don't understand why they crash in LMU. So it kind of forces you to drive a little slower. Even if it's not, again, suspension of disbelief. There's a window of so you have realism, and then you have suspension of disbelief in the more forgiving or in the harder direction. And I can go in either direction, but when you go too far in one direction, you've gone outside of my suspension of disbelief, and now I just don't believe you that that's realistic anymore. It's too easy or it's too hard, you know? And the problem is everybody's window is different. Exactly. Sony's doing some crazy things. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom, and then I want to talk an iRacing number with you guys quick. All right, real quick before I forget, because it's so easy to get, because you guys are active. And by the way, I love the comments when everybody's active. Seriously, whether you agree or disagree with me, I don't care. Just do it respectfully, you know? But interactions, the biggest part I like about streaming. I would rather have 10 people watching and 10 people talking in chat than 5,000 people watching and it be dead silence. Well, it's always going to be dead silence. It's text. But you know what I mean. So, he said you're coming to the utmost disrespect. All right, so let's see here. On every given day, there's 15,000 concurrent people playing iRacing. And this isn't how many people have it. It's how many people play it. So we're just going to go by the people currently playing it concurrently in their numbers. Times 14. $2.5 million a year iRacing banks on just their subscription, based off of the minimum monthly cost and the concurrent player base. There's a lot more people on iRacing paying that subscription cost than the concurrent player base. Now, 15,000. How many cars are in iRacing? Let's just say you buy 20 cars in iRacing. Times the $12 each car costs. You haven't even bought any tracks yet. You haven't even bought any tracks. By the way, guys, as a friendly reminder, you are paying for permissions. There is zero trade to you with licensing. You are giving them this much money for permission. Permission. Tracks are $15. I want to buy 10 tracks. I bought 10 tracks. 15,000 concurrent players. Bought 10 tracks. What was it, 3.3 million? Oh, not point. I don't want point. And what was the subscription cost again? Another 2.2 or something like that. So that's in roughly 1 year's time of 15,000 people playing iRacing. 1 year, 20 cars, 10 tracks, and just permission to play it. And you don't own the cars at all. Because if you stop paying the subscription, you can't use those cars anymore. Or those tracks. So that's $7.4 million for people to get permission. And that's only 15,000 of them. And then sorry, 2.5. That's every year in subscription for 15,000 people to play it. How many people do you think have a subscription to iRacing that are not playing it? I'm one of them. I bought the 2-year one, so I'm not going to cancel it, but I can tell you that at the end of the 2 years, I will not be renewing it. The only reason I bought the 2-year one is because it was the $100 Christmas bundle, so I got 2 years for $100. So for reference, that's how much it would have cost, $336, if I paid monthly for 2 years. So it was worth the gamble. I lost. I don't like it. iRacing. But I still have like another little over a year of that subscription to do what I want. So it's as far as I'm concerned, it's a comparison testing bench. That's it. Let me take my money. Yeah, see, here's the thing, Trev. I would love to boycott GT7, but in my opinion, just boycott, like, not GT7, GTA 6. I actually don't think you should boycott GTA 6. Because you're hurting Rockstar, not Sony. So, I think you should get GTA 6 because, let's face it. I mean, unless the game sucks. If the game comes out and it sucks, that's a different story. But there's years and 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 years of investment and pay that's went to people to make that game. They need to be compensated. However, if it's a shitty game, that's a different story. And we won't know that until the game comes out. However, if it's a buy the game for $80 price and you get a phenomenal, endless houred experience, you should buy GTA 6 for $80. I hope they don't do a subscription. But that being said, don't buy a PS6. Right now, like, it sucks because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. You want to play games with your friends. Let's face it, that's all we want to do. And the problem is they know this. The greedy corpos know this. We just want to play games with our friends. And we know we are willing to do whatever. Well, the buck does stop somewhere. We just got to figure out globally, community-wise, what that buck is. Or where that buck is. Or, Trev, wait till it comes out on PC. If you're really adamant about it, wait till it comes out on PC. I'll be one of those fools that buys it on both. But here's the thing, though. Once it comes out on PC, I'll never play it on PS5 ever again. Unless I'm bring my PS5 somewhere and I'm itching to play or something like that. But I do expect Rockstar to deliver on their price tag. Genuinely. Like, when people are complaining about, oh, it's going to be an $80 price tag, I'm like, that's the one game in the entire industry that has earned, potentially, it could suck, but has potentially earned its $80 price tag, you know? During the Daytona 24-hour event, iRacing had 300,000 paying members. Of course, a lot of those just paid for a month to do that event, but it gives a picture of how much money they rack in every month. So yeah, let's just do that 1 month. They wanted to do one race, right? Pretty sure I could do this mental math, but still. $4.2 million. And yet they just upped their price. They just upped their monthly subscription cost. Why? Sure. Inflation, cost of living, all these things in the world exist. But this is where the corpo greed shit comes in. When you are already raking in the money like that, why up it more? Don't use the... Like, it's one thing if, like, you guys are struggling, and if you want to stay in business, you have to raise your prices. It's wild. You're buying... Exactly. That's another thing. They can't even tell you what 6 tracks they are. There's 6 American tracks, though. The first 2, I'm assuming Watkins Glen's going to be one of them. But there's 6 American tracks. You're buying blind. You don't know what 6 tracks you're going to get. You're paying $45 at the cheapest for all 6 tracks, or $60 if you buy each pack independently as they come out. You can't even host a custom lobby without paying money. Hey guys, I want to start a league in LMU. Okay. The mob wants their cut. You are buying blind for GTA 2, I agree. Here's the problem, though. Or not the problem. Here's the counter-argument. Rockstar has bought some good grace with buying blind. Sim racing titles have not. None of them have. Oh, I crashed out and deleted it. Mayhem. Mob boss business model, exactly. Actually, let's check. I want to see something here. They didn't up their price. They didn't up their price. 1.0 came out. That's insane. I don't even know what Pal World is. It's knockoff Pokemon. See, this is one of those things where I'm so sick and tired of the bullshit of sim racing. This isn't even my type of game. But for $21, I would buy it and probably get addicted. Next thing you know, I'd be at furry Comic-Cons and I'd be a weirdo. But whatever. I'd probably have more fun. Survival and crafting game. Your Evo wheelbase doesn't work in Pal World? Like, this is the crazy thing. It's got 750,000 people playing it on Steam right now. Look at this shit. 744,000 people playing that, right? God damn. 44 in PMR. Well, it's mostly kids, Harry. Like, this is what I hate about YouTube, right? If I wanted to be successful on YouTube in the video game space, I'm going to change the title of my stream or channel to EJR Gaming, which I almost did that, by the way, before I started the sim race specific thing. I was going to call EJ because there are a lot of games I want to play. I don't want to ever be watched for one game. I don't. I was going to stream, which, by the way, I'm on the fence about streaming Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But anyway, point is, if I wanted to have a successful video game YouTube channel with streaming, I would change my channel name to EJR Gaming and just start playing Pal World. Like, the concurrent player base of Pal World right now. These Pokemon. All right, let's do this quick. Let's Pal World. Got a very Fortnite-y theme right now. Here's the thing. It's clearly built to be an all-accessible game where kids and adults can play it. However, does anybody remember The Lion King? To this day, I would watch The Lion King. No problem, no question. Made for kids. So, if the game captures the right gameplay, that addictive sort of fun, I don't care what the game is. Like, I'll still play Super Smash Bros. Over just about every other fighting game. Racing games and brain rot shooters. I do want to expand what I play. So, let's, this is actually pretty divided. And by divided, I mean more people out of 34 votes don't like what they see, which is good. Instead of EJR talking, EJR is always going to be talking. That's part of my charm. I don't shut the fuck up. Unless you piss me off, then I'm quiet. I'm one of those token tropey people where if I'm in a good mood, I'm talking. And if I'm like appearing as angry and like, you know, being loud, I'm actually not. I'm a little like I'm leaning into frustration, but I'm not angry. When I'm angry, I am kosherly quiet. Like, I don't know if everybody remembers the end of my Simfluencer stream that's not up anymore. When that ended, I was quiet. I was pissed. I was absolutely pissed. And it came from extreme frustration. Anyway. If I expand gaming on this channel more, I'm curious what people would want to see. What genre of games should I play? FPS shooters. What else is there? Sure, people are very talkative. Look at Joe. I think Joe Rogan's taller than me. Guys, I'm 5'5". I don't think people really realize how short that truly is. I think what's male midget stat? Oh, sorry. Can you say that anymore? Short people, stumpy people. I'm basically a midget. I'm calling myself a midget. I think it's like 4'11" for males. I don't remember what it is. All right, polls up. Polls up. And by the way, I'll always change like tides, like with the shift. Like I'll shift based off of the tide, off the landscape. So by that I mean, right now this is primarily a racing YouTube channel. Like, by the way, I'm going to do a stream at some point this week where I'm doing maintenance on my Busa. Racing themed. However, I do want to experiment a little bit more with games and seeing what else is out there, because I don't want to. I know there's always going to be those same people that are only here for one thing, and as soon as I deviate even for one day, they're out. And that's fine. Which is why I always tell people that it's best to build, if you're trying to build a community of people, it's best to build a community of people that come to watch you and not the game. Because what happens when you because people get like I've said, Rory Alexander, for example, arguably the most successful GT7 streamer, right? Not YouTuber, streamer. Because those are, you have to separate those a little bit. He's a live streamer. If he changes games, his concurrent viewers are probably going to get cut in half easily. And that's being generous. We'll put RPGs in the same thing as MMOs. Honestly, single-player games, huh? Interesting. That's old world tall. I will say, though, calling me short is probably the one thing that would piss off a lot of short people. That just doesn't bother me. It's never bothered me. I've always been short, so I've had a long time to get used to it. But it truly doesn't bother me. In fact, I lean into it. He tried branching out games and it kind of did dip. I stopped watching him as I couldn't handle GT7 crap, but he's awesome. Yeah, so like that's the thing. There's all I typically, the only streamers that I really pay attention to are the ones that can stream anything, and I go there to watch them. Even if like if Dr. Disrespect plays Pal World tomorrow, I'm gonna watch it. I know Dr. Disrespect is a very, you know, controversial streamer, but I don't give a shit. He's entertaining as fuck to me. You know? And I know that guy's going to go play Pal World and make it the most entertaining Pal World stream as possible. Because he's going to make fun of it the whole time, but low-key probably enjoy it. Anyway, what should I play? In the meantime, we're going to continue to stream, we're going to continue to talk, but what should I play in the meantime? See, I can't attach. I understand there's a lot of people that agree with you there too, Wicked. I personally can't get into the burnt peanut guy, but I get it. Tim the Tap Man's good. That's nothing. Tim the Tap Man can do whatever. He's hysterical. He's hysterical. You go for the people, and that's kind of what I'm trying to build. If I'm trying to build anything, that's what it would be. And I know I'm a much less likable person than Tim the Tap Man, so I understand that just by personality alone, I'm fucked. But it is what it is. Like today's stream, I'm talking to the guys who agree with me that we are in a sim racing shithole right now. There are people that are just loving it, loving what we have for sim titles. I'm sitting here going, we're so cooked. This is so bad. People all over the world love you. You know, you're not wrong, but from a percentage standpoint, people all over the world who hate me, much bigger number. That's the thing. There is no entertainment value of... Like, the only thing, in my opinion, that's entertaining to watch in sim racing is competitive sim racing. When you're racing other... is PvP. PvE is not fun to watch. You know? GT7, maybe PvE is okay to watch. But again, the person playing the game has to be entertaining. So... like, if you talk shit to the AI, punt the AI, that's where, like, okay, this is entertaining. But from a competitive, like, door-to-door racing standpoint, no, it's not fun to watch you race the AI. It's fun to watch you race real people. Because, you know, both ends of that stick could collapse at any moment and crash the other guy. That, you would think that's the way it is too, Wicked, but people are weird. By the way, I just played Stellar Blade. Solid game. Solid game. And they absolutely lean into the feminine landscape, if you will. This is the game, by the way. I appreciate that, guys, because I have a personality. I know I have a personality. It's just whether or not people like it or not. Where is the thumbnail I made? So I'm going to get your guys' opinion. Should I do this tomorrow? Because I'm just done with... No, I shouldn't say I'm done with sim racing. It doesn't... it needs to feel fresh for me to want to get on and do it. Like, if AMS2 had competitive play, I'd be doing that right now. I'm hoping the next PMR update comes and brings players back so I can jump back into ranked in PMR. Where is my thumbnail? Pictures... The biggest reason I don't want to change the name of my channel from EJR Racing to EJR Gaming, I feel like if I'm... the name almost doesn't matter. It could be a racing channel where I don't play a lot. There's less racing on it, and it wouldn't matter. But... here is this thumbnail. Oh, right here. I don't want to start a second channel because you know why? I already have enough time and I already struggle enough managing one, if I'm being honest with you. Angry Dickhead Gaming channel and let's go. I'd be down with that. So this is my thumbnail. And the title is... I was black flagged until Project Motor Racing's next update. Little play on words. Thoughts? Also, this is for when I do my garage stream, when I work on this bike. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, but believe it or not, Trev, rarity doesn't necessarily always do well when it comes to algorithms. Young girl from King Kong. I'm saying fuck you because they changed that with this update, and this update is scammy. Hold on. I don't remember her from it, unfortunately, but rest in peace. When am I going to be playing Black Flag? I was considering it tomorrow's stream. I haven't been streaming because, for one thing, I just needed a break. And I still kind of need a break. But if I'm entertained, I'm entertained, so I don't care, you know? You put a video up from when you were at VIR, that video did not go well? Yeah. Sonic Racing? Why Sonic Racing? Or should I only stream Sonic? My thing is I want things... The reason why I switched from performance to racing, because performance is my business name, EJR Performance. My actual business name. But I wanted to separate the business from my opinion. But I like racing. Racing is primarily the things I have to do with in life. But I also... The older I get, the less racing I'm doing, the more video game playing I am. Nah, Harry, I'm not... I can tell you that I'm not gonna... I might abandon... I might skip out on this LMU update. Quite simply, I don't like the business model, and I feel like I need to draw a line in the sand somewhere. You know? 11 or 12 years, slow boy. Been in motorsports for a little over 20. Started with cars. Have a good one, Chris. Ah, yes. I think Slick, she was just too young for me to, like, remember in terms of... The only time, like, you know, a younger actor or actress, whatever, like, stands out is when they're... Like, in my opinion, Godzilla vs. Kong was not a big enough movie for, like, say, like, a breakout child star type role, you know? But anyway, no, I didn't even know who she was. The first person I was thinking of was Brie Larson. But I didn't... Then I backed off on that because I'm thinking, well, Brie Larson's not that young, and she's more of a Marvel person now than a King Kong person. So no, there's 3, you have to have a subscription to Wicked, but one of them is free, that you can play the game for free. Well, you have to buy the game. All the DLCs independently cost money as well. But then you have to pay to host sessions, and even if you buy the subscription for more features, you still have to pay to host a session. Like, do you see how we're double dipping and triple dipping here with the cost of this game? You have to buy the game. You then have to buy the content in the game. Then you pay a subscription to get access to certain things. Basic things. But then you have to pay to rent a server as well, so you can play with your friends. Bullshit. Total bullshit. Like, I want to play it right now because we're talking about it, but at the same time, Fuck this game. I'd rather play what I support. If this game, AMS2, had ranked play, I would uninstall LMU and it would never even be thought of again. It's not that I wouldn't have any fun with it, Fway. It's the fact that I have more fun with other games and I support the other games' business models. I do not support... Like, the best way I could explain buying the next DLC for LMU or playing LMU right now is like PlayStation just announced their next game console will not have physical media. That's like rewarding them by going, okay, cool, I'm going to go buy a PS5 right now. I'm going to go buy another PS5. Even though after they just announced that. Maybe that's me having pride. But I can't in good conscience do that. I don't care. There's so many things. There's so many things to do in the world. I'm not going to support bad business practice. I never have and never will. Man, I haven't sim raced in so long. And by so long, I mean like a week and a half. Since LMDH got brought up, let's do some LMDH. Race Room doesn't have many players in it, unfortunately. You know what? Is anybody available to do anything in this? If not, I'll jump over to Race Room. Need to validate all the money I spent on building my sim rig. Here's the thing. I have a shit ton of money in my sim, but I've also built it to be my office as well. But that being said, you own a game like LMU or iRacing, you spend more money on the game than you do the rig. I'm good. Then we complain about $100 for a full PMR slate. Let me see what's in. Before I do that, let me see what's in Race Room. Group C plus GTO combo. Interesting. I don't know if I like either of those classes in Race Room, to be honest with you. Surprisingly, single-player games are what people want to watch me play over shooters. Interesting. I do feel like I could be more entertaining with a shooter, because I would be rage. If you guys think I get mad in sim racing, you have no idea how mad I would get in a shooter. Single-player games really don't make me mad unless it's a game like Elden Ring. Then you can lean into that, constantly dying. Hey, here we go. I'll do that race. That never happens. That's, believe it or not, that's a basic race, but it's super intriguing in this game because I've never seen it. I've never done this race in this game before. I agree with you, Rob. I do very much like Race Room, but lack of players will ruin any gaming experience. That's the part that sucks. That's kind of why I want to play Pal World. I'll know I'll never run into an issue with players. But at the same time, like, here's the thing. I would pay $21 for Pal World on a whim that maybe I'll like it. And if I don't like it, then I don't like it. Voice feedback disconnects. That's not good. How many people are on this right now? Let me see. Um... 763 people in race room. AMS2's got 991, so both are actually on the lower side. Believe it or not, everybody's low right now except ACC. ACC's, you know, this is how you guys know sim racing's in a bad spot. This is how you know sim racing is in a bad spot at the moment. ACC's having a resurgence. Whoa, whoa. Where'd my tires go? Turns my HUD back on. I forgot how to see my tires, temps. Oof. Forgiving brakes. My turning feels very wrong right now. Like... that feels like excessive. Oh, that's accurate. That's 1-to-1. That doesn't feel it, man. This car's got some mean steering ratio. Or it's just the game itself. This is the problem with sim racing, guys. I jump back around and I just don't... like, every one feels so different. Yeah, I'm trying to flick through the pages, but I don't think I have them bound. I thought I did. Brake bias. Too wicked. Are you on console or PC again? I forgot. Console, gotcha. I even picked up iRacing again and then uninstalled it again. Woof. Curious how the racing line is in this, I forget. Is anybody around in chat right now that's willing to play some AMS2? Don't need to. I followed the line right there. I braked when it said to brake. And there ain't shit for braking. I haven't played Race Room in a minute. I don't know why this doesn't feel good right now. Jesus, feels rough. This car feels like it's on ice right now, and it's relying on electronics to stay alive, essentially. Yeah, see, AMS2 is my go-to. The problem is that one of my biggest problems right now is that I've gotten really fatigued with trying to arrange sim racing. I just want to get on and play. I don't want to get on and have to figure things out with, like, what game I'm going to play because they're all stale with people. Who's around for this, blah, blah, this, that, and the other thing. It all just has started to become, or starting to feel like a chore. And I don't like that. I hear you, Oyster. PMR really here's the thing, I'm glad they're taking their time with the update. Don't get me wrong, like I'm feeling the impatience side of it. Because I want it to come out now, but I understand why they're not rushing it out. And you don't want them to, trust me. Like, because like, I spoke with Sar a couple days ago, and he's like, hey, we figured out, this problem that I was telling you about, and stuff like that. And my reply was like, wasn't trying to sound mean, but it came across as a little mean. But I was like, no rush. Chip away everything you can. No one's playing right now anyway. And that was the part that came off a little, mean. Wasn't trying to. But it's like, right now, you're basically at ground zero with the game. Nobody's playing the game. Why rush a patch out that still has problems in it that are going to break the game for people? That just get people back in and then push them back out. Let it sit with nobody playing it. It's not costing you any money. Not helping you, but it's not costing you anything. What will cost you something is if the next update fumbles. Here's the thing, too bad. Your best ranked play right now, from at least players, is going to be LMU. LMU, I think, does have the best ranked play right now. But they have the second worst ecosystem when it comes to money. And I'm actively against that. So it's tough because I do want to play. I very much want to play the next LMU DLC. But I've just grown fundamentally against the constant milking of anti-consumerism. How's LMU pay to win now? So it is growing. They moved it in a direction of pay to win where they introduced Joker cards. I don't know if they're called cards or they just call them Jokers. I'd have to watch the video again for the exact every word for word thing. But essentially, they introduced these Joker cards that you can accrue from clean driving. That basically means you can cold up to 3 of them. And essentially, if you bin it in a race, let's say turn 1, you get killed. You can use one of these cards that you've accrued to not hurt your rating. So it's like you just rage quit, your rating didn't get hurt, boom, you get out of dodge. Right? So these cards, when you have them banked, let's say you have 3 of them banked, you'll naturally go, hey, I've got 3 get out of jail free cards here. I'm going to push really hard in this race. Because I know at any given moment, I can just go, nah, I'm going to use my cards and get out of dodge. Right? Okay, sure. But now they're locked behind a subscription paywall. So only the people paying a subscription in LMU can get their hands on these get-out-of-jail-free cards. That's going to push so many people to now being subscription payers. That's pay to win. Now, pay to win doesn't mean cheat code. I paid for this access and now my guns are OP or whatever. No, it's not that. But it's any time real life money comes into the game to give you an advantage of any kind in the game, that's pay to win. Exactly, Jack. It's bullshit, and I won't support it. And I was very much looking forward to the next update for that game, because the American Track Pack. Yeah, there's truth to both sides, Evil and Oil. You're both right and you're both wrong. You're both right in saying that what caused the problem. You're both wrong in the sense of saying the other one didn't cause the problem. It all has to do with it. YouTubers, without a doubt, the big ones, 100% hurt PMR. Straight 4, 100% hurt PMR by releasing an unfinished game at full price or, and calling it 1.0. They're still making mistakes as far as I'm concerned with their number naming, but I don't think that should really have any effect on anything, and it's just a number. It really truly doesn't matter. That being said, though, the reason why I've been a lot more forgiving with PMR than a lot of other titles is for a couple reasons. I've paid for year 1 of PMR. Any content, anything, development, game support, whatever, I've paid up to a year for, right? So, day 1, I had fun with the game, but it was super problematic. I'm still having fun with the game if people were playing it, but no one's playing it, so I just stepped away from it completely. When that year is done, and I look at the game, the content that I have, the game that I have, and what I paid for it, that's when I'm going to be the most honest and judge it the hardest. And maybe it'll be a really, really positive review. Or maybe it will be the culmination of a year's worth of bullshit that I paid for a year ago, that they had all this time, and it was terrible. I don't know. But I'm not fully judging it until I get to the end of the year that I have paid for. Right? If the game is good, it's dialed in, I got all the content, I have no complaints. Truly. You got to live in the moment. So, I'm a little forgiving with AC Evo because they haven't charged a lot. However, where I am still the most crucial on AC Evo is they took away the one reason I got the game. The career mode / economy system. That's gone. That hurt me a lot in terms of my opinion of the game. And it's kudos. They've earned a little bit of goodwill, you know? I wouldn't say it's a miss as much as it's a miss when it's end of life and if it gains no ground. If the game makes a comeback, it's not a miss. It's just ricochet. Call it that, if we're going to talk in the terms of ammunition. It's not too late. It's a miss, and I agree it's a miss in its current state. But I'm also tying my positive sort of mentality towards the game on the fact that the game is actively being developed. And I do know some of the stuff going on behind the scenes. But that being said, all the positive stuff going on behind the scenes could still end up leading to nowhere. Or it could be the greatest sim ever made. We're not going to know until we're there. You know? We're totally making a career, but our game, 1 year later, we had to bin it because we laid off most of our devs. Yeah. Like, and here's the thing about layoffs, too, in video games in general. I was on the side, believe it or not, more of laying people off because dead weight exists in every company and people need to get fired. And for some reason, like, what happened to not being good enough at your job so you don't get to keep your job? Like, where did that dynamic of modern day, you know, capitalism go in general? I don't even say capitalism, just jobs in general. You have to be good at your job. You have to prove your worth, you know? So for me, I always viewed it as it was backlash to companies finally getting rid of a lot of dead weight that they've accrued over the years. And then id Software happened. You guys don't know who id Software is? Look them up. They've been creating bangers for 30 years. 30 plus years. Almost 40 years. And they're just not super profitable because they're not a cash cow, money-hungry game. And that's all companies care about these days. Bottom dollar. But who cares if your game makes a profit? And it's vastly loved by everybody, and it will always make a profit because it's a passion project game that's AAA level quality, because it is a AAA game. Referring to Doom, the Doom franchise, by the way. You haven't figured that one out. They got gutted by 50%, or I think it was like 35 to 50% or something like that. I see no way they accrued that much slop in their company. I'm sure some people probably should have been let go. But 50%? No, that seems like a money market tactic. Yeah, I've also been considered trying some rally. The problem is that, like, I don't know. Like, Wreckfest does everything that I would want a rally game to do for me. Like, I want to race people. I don't want to race just time trials. Too wicked. I'm not even considering, not even kidding. I'm considering buying Pal World. I'm considering gambling my $20 and seeing if I like the game. Look how popular Fortnite got. Nothing about Fortnite was to be taken seriously. That game was an epidemic of video games. And by the way, if I did play a shooter game again, it would be PUBG. It wouldn't be Call of Duty. Oh, no, we are absolutely, Rob, in an economic depression. 100%. The difference between the Great Depression and ours is ignorance. Everybody knew it back then. Problem is I don't know what Pal World is in terms of like what the game is. Like, what's the goal of Pal World? Like, what's the end game goal? Like, the entertainment, both the player and the people watching, what does Pal World offer? You know? Like, for me, I want to watch PUBG over Call of Duty. From a watching standpoint, 100%, I want to watch PUBG, not Call of Duty. Call of Duty is TikTok brain level reactions. I'm all cracked out on Adderall. PUBG, tension. Tactic. No telemetry, no bullshit, no fluff. It's a true shooter. The guy who's better with the gun always wins. Not Call of Duty where the guy whoever sees who first wins. I hate that about Call of Duty. PUBG's better than both. It's like, change my mind. I have the impression that my viewers actually liked LMU. I'm sure there's some have. There's plenty of good about LMU. That's the thing. That's the thing that makes it so much worse. Like, I don't knock the fact that people play it. People don't play things that suck. God, I have it backwards. PUBG is the OG, in my opinion. Not really the OG, it's the wrong word. It's the OG of Battle Royale. Even though there were technically other games that came before PUBG that were Battle Royale. I think PUBG, in my opinion, was the first successful Battle Royale. And it did it in alpha. Pre-alpha. Pre-alpha release test game. I love this new wheel, though. Little Simagic plug there. This Formula wheel is incredible. So much better than the FX Pro. But on the other hand, if you have the FX Pro, I wouldn't buy this wheel unless you have a lot of money you don't mind burning. Ooh, that's a good question, Oyster. Honestly, their player numbers are lower today than they've been. So that's a sign that it's dropping. If you go look at the comment section of the video on YouTube, it started off, originally the Glazers are the ones that commented first. Now it's all negative comments. Which I'm glad. It's 397 knows what's best for them. At the very least, they'll remove the Joker cards from subscription-only model, and they'll give it to everybody. Because there's already people that believe they don't belong in sim racing, and I can make that argument that I agree. You know? But giving it to only people an advantage who pay for it, that is very much pay to win, and they need to fix that. If they don't fix that, that is going to hurt them. everything I've said. For the most part, it's the pricing of the DLC. The things I complained about today. The pricing of the DLC and the Joker cards hidden behind a paywall. But, like, it's starting a real shitstorm in the comment section. And I love to see it. I love to see it when companies try and screw the consumer, and the consumer fights back. But those people will get labeled as just cheap people who can't afford things. And it pisses me off. Because, do you have any idea how many LMUs I could buy with just the cost of this wheel? It's not about that. It's about you are actively pushing the game into an anti-consumer level pay scheme. This hardware is, believe it or not, getting cheaper and more cost efficient. It's going in the right direction. It's going in the prosumer direction. But the games are going in the opposite direction, and that's what I'm complaining about. Not today, Grumps. I won't be doing much racing at all. I'm just really... Today's more of a talking head stream about sim racing. I think tomorrow I'm going to play Black Flag. Drink up me hearties, yo-ho. I wish I could play real music. Oh, speaking of real music. Don't play PMR music in your streams anymore. Ever. Don't do it. I'm still getting DMCA'd. It's been like, I think, 15 streams so far I've been hit. Is your, Grumps, is your channel monetized? If it's not monetized, you won't get one. But only if it's monetized. It'll give you the takedown. Or not the takedown, but the copyright claim and sharing. Yeah, that's the thing is, it's not how it works. So it's not... I knew better. I'm more mad at myself than anybody else about the, about the DMCA stuff, because I knew better. I know how YouTube works. Bottom line is this. Steven gave us all permission to use the music because he wants the music to be used. It's good music. However, it is licensed with a record company, which is a copyright. YouTube's automatic algorithm is now detecting it as copyright, and they're flagging anybody using it. It's all YouTube's fault. And I knew better because I've used copywritten, permitted music in the past. Same shit happened. So the only way you should ever use copywritten music is if you have paid for the copyright access. And you have an actual, like for example, there's music that I paid for, that I have access to, that is copywritten music. And every once in a while, the algorithm will trigger. So then they also have set up on their website, if that does happen, you take the link of the video that you got the copyright claim on, and you post it in the section there where it automatically removes the copyright claim. And it does work automatically. I don't remember this car feeling so wishy-washy. I don't know, I mean, I mean, this feels fine. This does what I think it should do. I don't know, going through that bus stop feels like shit. That's how you know nobody's sim racing, boys. That's how you know nobody's sim racing. A slow as shit lap from someone who hasn't played this game in forever. Alright, good. I didn't get pole. I got 8th. Must have just been late to the party. I'm going to say none of that should have been pole. A 30-minute race. I don't think I'm going to last this whole time. I'm actually shocked single-player games are what the votes are for right now. I really would have thought it was going to be competitive shooters. Truly. I did not see that coming. What the fuck? What is happening? What is going on with this fucking game right now? But seriously, what the fuck just happened? Why the fuck are... Why is... What the fuck is wrong with sim racing? What the fuck? Why is sim racing suck so bad? How do people tolerate this bullshit? What the fuck just happened? Blame me. Go ahead. Blame me. I don't give a shit. Fucking suspension of disbelief. We went way out of range right there. Use my Joker card. This is me using my Joker card right now. Race room. Fucking goodbye. Uninstall. Have a nice fucking day. Who's next? Who can I uninstall next? What the fuck did I just witness? I'd have to install it, Grumps. I'm telling you, there is no greener grass in sim racing. Race room hasn't been out long enough, I know. Like, why can't... We have all of these titles. Not a single studio has put together a complete game yet. Insane. Like, I still don't know what happened in that race. It was like I didn't have TC on, or the wheel was locked all the way right, which it wasn't locked all the way right. And it completely blew the tires off, putting me into the wall, which it should sit on some level of launch control and TC right there, as all other GT3s do. Okay, I'm up against the wall, so let's back up. And then for some reason, my car just can't accelerate anymore. You had a similar issue, Jason? Apparently so, because I can't explain what I just witnessed. This is how my last sim racing stream ended. Me just staring at the titles I have access to and not wanting to play a single one of them. All in the name of realism, boys. All in the name of realism. The amount of definitely not even close to real shit that I experience in Sims. And then you're going to tell me it's not an arcade game. I really thought my front wheels fell off the car right there. I thought somehow my car spawned on the track with no front wheels. And that's why I couldn't move. That's why I went into third-person view. To clearly see my wheels were still intact. Okay, let's just jump in this egregious bullshit. Oh, I agree, Jason. Trust me, I agree. That's the whole point of this stream. Today is where I drew my line in the sand with LMU. I will not be buying the DLC, which I was all ready for. I'm good. I'm not giving Studio 397 any more of my money. They've taken all of it so far. I'm good. I know I'm going to burn some bridges today, but I don't give a shit. I really, truly don't give a shit anymore about burning bridges in sim racing. Do better, industry. Just do fucking better. With the amount of money iRacing is raking in, how does their game still suck? You can't say that. You can't say their game sucks. Oh, no. You can't say that. People love getting bent over. They love it. Oh, we just missed the Monza race. That's cool. That's what I'm talking about. Menu simulator. No, LMU force feedback is not good. I agree, Jason. 100%. I haven't tried the, I know Gamer Muscle went over the mod for it. The force feedback mod. I have yet to try that, but still, like, I have so many other problems with the game that are not the force feedback. Like, believe it or not, as much as like, force feedback's one of the last things I judge a game on these days. Because basic shit they can't, like Gran Turismo 7, arguably, worst physics, worst force feedback, because there's nothing there. It's just nothing. It's resistance simulator. It's just heavy resistance and nothing. You don't get anything out of it. It's the most complete game I've played so far of all these sims. I appreciate that, Rob. I just can't be the only person who thinks this, right? Like, I know I'm on the newer side to, like, the die-hard sim racing stuff. I was much more just, like, video game racing casual all my life. And only recently that I really dive into, like, the hardware immersion side of things. And I love it. But I fucking hate the games. It has nothing to do with, like, arcade. The games are always broken and not finished. Basic fundamentals are missing from racing. I have to wait at least 13 minutes to jump into a race I don't want to do. That's what I love about LMU. I gotta wait 13 minutes to get into a race that I don't want to do. Fucking LMU. Take my money. Let's see what's happening in ranked and PMR right now, besides tumbleweeds and dust. You're going to pull into the pits at PMR and all the rotors are going to be rusted. Dead batteries. I truly believe if Forza Motorsport got continued to be supported, it would actually be a very, very, very good game with a lot of players right now. Because I can play Forza Motorsport and actually enjoy it right now. But it's a dead game. And I just can't justify, in the racing world, can't justify putting my time and effort into something that's over. You know? Somehow one of my bindings is fucked up. Don't know how, don't know why. Don't know why this is reset. For some reason on Simagic, those default bindings make it just drive its own self in the mirror here. Why is all this like this? What? I'm on some heavy copium right now, boys. I'll do the H pattern later. I don't care. Doing all this just so I can not play this until it updates anyway. All right. Yeah, iRacing has the majority of it, yeah. I don't know what it's going to take to make this industry not suck, in my opinion. Seriously, like, y'all need to, like, want this game to do good. Seriously. I know there's, like, a lot of criticism with this game and stuff, but you very much want to be on straight four side. It does. No, the H pattern works in this. The clutch doesn't work. You very much want these guys to succeed. Why do you think this game was so hyped up and landed so poorly? Because the space is sick and tired of the sim racing bullshit. In this game, they marketed it as like the answer to all of the bullshit. Yeah, what Harry said is right. The clutch is a bindable button that does work like a clutch. It's just not mandatory to use in cars that have mandatory clutches. Yeah, I've had decent luck with PMR on the crashing side of things. But I know a lot of people haven't, so. The part that scares me, though, about this and why I'm wondering if this just isn't for me is because majority vote iRacing and LMU. They are the most popular games currently in sim racing. And yet they are the most consumer, they're the most anti-consumer of all the games. What that tells me is that people don't give a shit about being bent over the table. As long as they're at the end, they're getting an experience they want. I wish Gran Turismo was on PC. Man, that feels so fresh right now to play that. I just don't want to deal with... First of all, none of my gear works with PlayStation, but even if it did, I'd have to capture from my PlayStation. I'm good. I'm good. I'm a simplistic person when it comes to a lot of things. Brain especially. And streaming and gaming from the same system is where it's at. So... I'd have to reinstall AC1. I'd have to go through all the modding bullshit. And admittedly, I'm super lazy. That's my own fault, I know. But that's what stops me from playing AC1 is how lazy I am. I don't want to deal with the modding. I was going to download some AMS2 liveries today. I wanted to download all liveries button on Overtake's website. Unfortunately, I got to go one by one. I'm good. I'm just not. I don't care enough. I already have Trev, I already have everything. I originally was going to stream GT7. Why I have everything. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. going on, Zayman? There it is. Elgato 4KX capture card for my PlayStation. I tested it, and I've never used it. Just don't care. I want to do everything on PC. And I reckon it won't get used until GTA 6. God, that game's going to feel so fresh. I can't wait. I can't wait. And another reason, let's talk personal numbers here, right? Another reason that I don't give a shit about a thumbnail like I did, where I'm clearly against LMU's tactic, and I don't care if I burn that bridge. I just got paid from YouTube today. Well, AdSense, I should say. What do you guys think it was for the month? The rolling 31-day whatever calendar. What do you think I made? Mind you, like I said, I'm self-employed. I do other stuff. But what do you think why I'm not worried about burning bridges in this particular industry? If my opinion... Now, I don't want to do it disrespectfully, but if I think you're doing some bullshit, I'm going to call you on it. What do we think? What do you think I made? I don't care if you guys know this stuff. Slick is closer. Yeah, I wish it was 1,500. Then I'd actually put... Then I might be pulling my punches on LMU. 239. All the streams, all the time. Mainly the time. You got to look at it from a time standpoint. That makes minimum wage look like a millionaire. So I'm clearly not doing this shit for the money. Yeah, minus 500 is probably right, because I probably spent more on this bullshit than anything else. You're probably right, though, War Dog. That's the thing. I haven't heard it yet. Like, seriously though, folks, we need this game to do good. No matter how mad you are at this studio, we need this game to do good. Because if more and more people are jumping on the LMU train and being taken advantage of, and they're thanking them by giving them more money, I'm telling you, sim racing is going to be in a bad place in a couple years, man. You need the games, like the sandboxy style games, like this, like AMS2, to be successful. Do that. Yeah, with the update for this game, it's let them cook. Let them cook. Or let them overcook, throw it out, and then cook it again, whichever. But, you know... Trying to follow the line to a T right now. Oh, Skechers, boy, you are definitely not the S in this race.
You've got 5 minutes left.
My guy! Pick a fucking line and stick to it! God damn it, sim racing! All over the fucking road, back and forth and back and forth! Guy's trying, I don't know if he's just, like, doesn't know where he's going or he's actually trying to battle me in quali. You clearly see that I keep catching back up to you and having to roll off. It's qualifying. Why are you trying to race? You started probably playing Tarkov? Yeah. I agree, Slick, but it's just the point that, like, I shouldn't have to do that. People should understand what qualifying is. Why hold somebody up in qualifying? It's qualifying. Anyway. You know what's funny is I don't recognize a single person in here.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Cyrus the Virus. Nice name. Slimbo. I'm assuming that's you, Slimbo. I'm guessing he's not battling. He just doesn't know what he's doing. Don't recognize. No, 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 no. I don't recognize a single person. Not a single person here I recognize. No DCs, though. Or DQs. No one's left. Trigger's on track. He's the only one who hasn't posted a time yet, but... Dude, look at the back of the pack, man. Gotta watch out for those guys. Also... I'm the only PC player. Oh, yeah. That's why everybody, like, I know it's easy to hate on the AI in this game, but the player base is worse. I mean, no, you're right. It's not a bad thing that there are new names in here. But the part that's bad is you don't recognize a single one of them. Meaning all of the people that we're playing are not. Oh, this is going to be fun to do. I'm not looking forward to this one bit. There's a bike in the shop right now. It's completed running. Everything's good. He's got a frame coming for it. There's nothing worse than having to break down a perfectly good running, fully built bike to swap the frame. Because I don't know if you guys know how shit like this works, but every single thing attaches to the frame. Like doing a motor swap is effortless. Frame swap, everything, the entire bike needs to come apart. Down to like, fuck. Whatever, it's money though. Grabbing standards are different when you're sitting on the couch, yeah. Well, the thing is that the game very well might have picked up players, but they're just not playing the game because they're waiting. You have to understand, most people who have bought this game have not got a refund, so they still have the game. Like, you could very easily see a resurgence of like 1,000 people on Steam. They just have to finish the game. You always see a little influx on a patch day, and then people go, nope, same shit, and they back out. Hey, true men are at work. I am working for my $200 a month. Now, I do this during the day because that's one of the advantages of being self-employed. I can work tonight if I want. I don't have to work at all. That was a big part of why I didn't want to work for the man anymore. I wanted to be self-employed, is because I got sick and tired of having to work 40 hours a week for a fixed amount of money, or more than 40 hours, whatever, depending on what you're doing. But like, I worked at Electric Boat building submarines as a welder, so it was a minimum 40 hours. The standard work week's 40 hours. How many laps is this? 6 laps. Not even a race. So for me...
Come on, mate.
Oh, I was the last guy. Sorry, guys. I want to be able to do all of my work in that... My clutch isn't bound. I want to be able to do all of my work week, that 40 hours worth of work at my pace inside of because when I worked a 40-hour work week at Electric Boat, I might have worked an honest, my speed, 15 hours.
Yellow flag. Watch out for debris.
But you got to play the system because that's literally how government jobs work. Look at this. Look at this. I fucking hate these people. Anyway, if I knew that in a 40-hour work week, my pace of doing the exact same amount of work was 10 to 15 hours, I want to be in charge of that. So that way, if I actually work at my pace for 40 hours, I can make that much more money. And that's what I hated about working for the man. No matter how good or bad you were at your job, you got paid the same amount of flat rate money. And I just didn't want to deal with that. That's why I tell people all the time, I work like 15, 20 hours a week, my actual job, because I work at my pace. Busting my ass for 10 hours and making money the way I want to make it in 10 hours, or if I don't want to work at all, I don't have to call in and come up with an excuse as to why I'm taking time. I hate that all of my shit is reset right now. The HUD's reset, my bindings are reset. Why is everything reset? I hate the radar being right there in front of my eyes. I really hate it. I like the radar, but I like it as like a piece of telemetry I have to look at independently. I don't want it to take my eyes off the actual things in front of me in the race. There's a surprise. It's a yellow flag. Would have never saw that coming. Oh, man. And I know not everybody can do self-employment, but if I could give any real-life advice to anybody, not that they want it, because I know no one gives a shit, but find a hustle. And by a hustle, I mean something that you're good at, that you can do on your own time and make money and make it a living. Get out of the 9 to 5 or whatever shift, it doesn't matter. It's just an expression, 9 to 5. Get out of the working for the man mentality. You have no control over your own life. Get out. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight. It took me... almost 15 years of a hobby to accrue the knowledge to make it an actual profession. And it just so happened that everybody was so fucking bad at the job around me that I looked like a shining star. So... ironically, that's a big part of why I've pulled back from doing that. I downsized what I do. I'm trying to push away a lot of mechanical work. I grandfathered some people in. My focus, I just want to be tuning. But the biggest reason for that is the same reason that I got a good start is the same reason I want to do less of it, because everybody's so bad at their job. Self-employed and never go back? Yeah. It's what allows me to be able to stream during the day. And not for nothing, but if I actually have a job that I absolutely have to do in a certain amount of time, and I need the time, then I just won't stream. Obviously, that takes priority over streaming, but I would rather do this. But I can assure you, it's not for the money. So yeah, I'll burn those bridges. Well, if you're unemployed, I recommend using this time to go towards self-employment. Figure it out. Something, anything. There are so many ways in the world to make money. Even if it's streaming, it's a very slow, like, here's the thing. In today's, in my opinion, climate, in this, you know, social media space, you're going to need to probably put in like 10 years of like really, really good quality, interesting content to make this a full-time real gig that makes you legitimate money. Exactly. Exactly, too bad. Exactly. I'll make 6 months worth of YouTube money in a couple hours in the shop, you know? That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but still.
Final lap. Stay sharp. No mistakes.
That being said, though, for the guys that are trying to do this as their sole job, it's just a grind. It's just time. No matter how good you are, no matter how lucky you get, the system is not built anymore for people to get lucky and become successful. Consistency, non-stop grinding, creativity, it's more work than an actual job. Not going to be easy anymore. Like, just from view counts alone, the algorithm actually works a lot better now. As bad as it, like, it's easy to blame the algorithm because the algorithm does do all the bad shit. It's just better. It's more refined. It's better from a business standpoint for YouTube, more so than, you know, the user. But, back when I had, like, 1,500 subs, any video I put up would get 30,000 plus views. 30 fucking thousand plus views. And I remember thinking back then, that was like basically for my sub count, that was good, but it was bad overall. Now, I can't remember the last time I had a single post on any social media get 30,000 views.
Getting low on fuel now. Box,
That was weird.
box, box.
The guy let out. They wondered, he must have ran out of fuel. $200, Harry. $200 a month, average. Like I said, I'm doing this because I want to have fun, not because don't get me wrong. If I do this for a very, very long amount of time and start putting in real work into this, then maybe this could actually be some real money. But at the rate I'm going right now, what I'm doing, I can't rely on this. Not at all. But I'm not doing it to rely on it. That's the thing. Be good at something and hop on Patreon. Just money laying on the table right. Oh, a Patreon example, exactly. Freelance graphic design. Before the end of the month would be my guess for the patch. I have no idea when though. And I'm not rushing them, and I don't think you guys should rush them either. Honestly, I know we all want to play the game, but the last thing we want is a patch that, you know, it's all shiny on the outside and then filled with poison on the inside. Second Tuesday of next week. What a dick. Oh, why does this have to be at Northampton? Fuck it. I don't give a shit. None of this actually matters. Load them shaders, boy. Go BMW. I gotta set my settings first before I forget. Luckily, I got 4 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Too bad. That's why I'm in no rush. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm impatient. But I recognize that the impatient is the worst part about it. And that what's more important is the patch comes out complete, fixing real problems. There we go. Camera switch. RS. Look back. I missed all this shit. Guess we'll bind my shifter now. I don't know why this is unbound. Admittedly, I swap builds. Test shit. But this shouldn't affect this. I don't know why this has changed. The wiper toggle thing is cool. Every sim has it, but at the same time, I don't know why it even matters. You never want the wipers on when it's not raining, and you never want the wipers off when it is raining. I think sim racing as like a whole has gone too far in the direction of random shit to like controlling my wipers. Right? Yay! I can now control my wipers like a real car. Yay! But why is that guy teleporting all around me? That's real. Like, did anybody see the short I just put up recently? Oh, wrong thing. There are 100% girls that do that art. But the part that does suck is I feel for the chicks that don't do that and get roped into that because they're a chick. Both sides of that coin exist. That's how it always is. Case in point, you know, let's get a little outside of video games. The Me Too movement. Very important. Needed to happen. However, it spawned a bunch of evil chicks to come out and also try and take advantage of that system. Which therefore fucks over the actual people that movement was there to support. That's just life in general, man. The evil people always want to take advantage of the good people trying to do just good shit. Humanity sucks. That's what I've learned. I'm sorry, am I too negative? Hey, final trailer for Spider-Man. I'll watch that later. All right, this is what I put up. So this is, kill this music here quick. This is my short that I put up yesterday or last night or whatever. I've also found, it's weird how time frames affect reach. Sim racing related content I put out before I go to sleep. Motorcycle or actual racing content I put out when I wake up. Just works better that way. Vice versa doesn't work. Anyway, sim racing content seems to work better when you grab the over-the-ponder hours better than the American hours. Anyway, so this is real life racing versus the immersive sim racing experience. And now sim racing. If that video gave you epilepsy, that was the idea. That is sim racing in a nutshell. And that's just one aspect of it. You can change the speed of the wipers on some sims. Yeah, I know. But like, here's the thing. These are all cool little nitpicky features. But at the same time, I will sacrifice my wiper control for a basic penalty system. We've gone so far in the wrong direction with sim racing, and we thank them for it. They're disconnected at the end? Yeah, I know, right? Don't worry. I'm going to start making a lot more content, like video content, but I've just come to the conclusion that I need to just make, like, I feel so much better. Even if nobody watches that video, I feel so much better about myself. For what it's worth, Slick, I did put in a request. I don't know if they're going to cater to it, but I put in a request to do the LMDH race 4 times a day instead of 1, every 6 hours. Because their argument for it is that they want it to feel like a prestigious race that you have to make time for. But my argument was, I understand, but most people don't have that choice because they're forced to do something else. So, case in point, this time of day, a lot of people in the world can't play. The world, not just America. Nobody in America can play unless you're doing what I'm doing and playing through work. I think I recognize Bad Kitty, but that could just be a name that I, in general, recognize. Oh, I recognize this one. So 1, possibly 2, possibly 3 Jack Attack. I don't know. There's too many Jacks in this game. Maybe FRE Tony. Please never say sacrifice my wiper control. But yeah, I understand their point of view with that, but I do believe it's flawed with that. I understand that they want this to be like a big race, which I think every 6 hours is plenty of a big race. Like, you know. Oh, too bad. And you might agree with me here, but I've said this on stream, and I know people have picked it apart. But now that you, coming from console, are on the PC space, I have said that the LMDHs and PMR are still, they've gotten a ton better throughout its development, but are still, I think, some of the worst experienced LMDH cars. Now that you've gotten to play AMS2 and LMU, where do you think it stands, Too Bad? Your personal opinion. Do you think AMS... I like AMS2 better than those three I mentioned. I like AMS2 the best. There's something about these cars, I don't know if it's force feedback, I don't know what it is, that I don't feel in touch with the car. I don't actually think the car is doing anything wrong, but it's something about the information that I'm getting from the car. I don't feel it. It's missing something. And I don't like it. But right now, a lot of people like these cars in this game. But now that you've gotten to experience it in other sims, what are your thoughts? AMS2 is better for sure. Same. AMS2 is one of my favorite LMDH experiences. Race Room, the cars are a bit too easy to drive. Rensport, they're insanely easy to drive. Rensport is an example of like suspension of disbelief going too far in the easy direction, where I feel like this doesn't feel quite right because it's too easy. AMS2 feels more connected. Yeah, exactly. I don't actually think the cars drive much different, but it's about the information you're receiving from the game. AMS2 feels way better. Something about these cars still, to me, just feels like it's missing. It's like when your wife is mad at you and you have absolutely no idea why. That's driving an LMDH car in PMR. Very specific example, exactly. That's the best example I can use, though. Explain LMDH cars and PMR. My wife is mad at me and I have no idea why. And yes, pay-to-win paywalls are awful. Like today's news, unless they have an opportunity to course correct, 397. If they remove, at least I can tolerate the cost of the season pass. I still think it's too much. I still think it's in the wrong direction. I can tolerate it. But hiding or locking advantages behind a paywall, I cannot get behind that. I will not buy the DLC. I will not support the game at all. And even though I've talked about how much a lot of the things I don't like about LMU, I still support the game. I still want it to get better. I still play it from time to time because they've crushed the single player, the competitive side of things. By comparison to other sims anyway. But now they're locking more shit behind paywalls? Like, no, I'm good. I'm absolutely good. If they don't, what do you call it? Pull that decision back and give everybody access to those Joker cards, then I fundamentally will not support the game at all anymore, and I will actively be against it. Not that that matters at all. I'm one person. Who gives a shit what I think? But, still. Even though my independent decision in a vacuum by itself means literally nothing, for myself, I'm going to act like it is the leading decision-making opinion. And you can bet your ass if Straight 4 does some shit like that, I'll be the exact same scenario. But Straight 4, here's the thing. My biggest complaints about Straight 4 so far is they're constantly making mistakes with the game. But they are trying to do the right thing. And they're not playing with your money. Yeah, you paid for the game up front. But you paid for that 1 year. So at the end of that year is when I'm going to be the most critical of the game. And I'm giving them till then to make an honest, really good game of the game that first year. Because that's what I've paid for. However, if in the midst of all of this right now, they were throwing random cash grabs at you, I'd be calling them out just like I'm calling out on you right now. But they're not doing that. Admittedly, most sims are not doing that shit. The popular ones are. Ironic, isn't it? The popular sims are the ones milking you and draining your bank accounts the hardest. Because they know they can. Joker cards absolutely make the game arcade, and then they also give you an advantage, and they hide them behind a paywall. 100%. I would just remove them, personally. Joker cards, you accrue them. You can accrue up to 3, Fway. And basically, if you have a Joker card on standby, you can go into a ranked race, turn 1, floor it through the pack, destroy everybody's race, use your Joker card, and you will get no ranking penalties of any kind. So where it's pay to win is it will, knowing you have, okay, I've got 3 of these cards banked, I'm going to push way more aggressively in this race, knowing that none of this matters because I have a fucking get-out-of-jail-free card in my back pocket. So anybody who has the card is going to drive more aggressively, aka pay to win. You pay money to get those cards, allows you to drive more aggressively. Whereas I don't have that. Oh no, I don't have a get-out-of-jail-free card. I gotta toe the line. You removed simulation and realism out of the equation. And you introduced an arcadey get-out-of-jail-free card that you have to pay for. Here's the thing. If they don't reverse the decision, it's going to bite them in the ass anyway. Leaving the Joker cards in, even if they're free, are going to hurt the game. Without a doubt. Stupid decision. Stray 4, if you're listening, do not do what they just did. Let's see something here. Negative comment. Negative comment. Negative comment. Negative comment. Negative comment.
Not ideal. No
Negative comment.
We'll be starting from the back of the grid. We're going to have to pass a lot of cars to get some points.
Somewhat negative comment. More of an advice comment. It's another one of those can go either way comments. Negative comment. Negative comment. Negative comment. This is a glazed comment. This guy here is the type of person that likes getting bent over the table. Like, you put it up his ass and he thanks you for it. You get the idea, though. No, it's part way that locked behind the subscription paywall. Again. Yeah, just go watch it, Way. Yeah, I don't really know what they're doing, and honestly, if they're going to be anti-consumer, I'm going to be anti-them. I know my opinion doesn't matter, and that's fine, but I'm going to feel better about it at the end of the day. Guys, you go on green. That's how it works. Ugh. Wild. What is going on with this car right now? I don't know. I don't know what it is about this car. Just...
Yellow flag. Be careful.
All right. I just don't like the way these cars drive. I'm sorry. Like, I don't even know what gear to try and select right now. They all feel like I'm driving in mud. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is. People like them, so I'll just shut my mouth. Fuck you! I don't even want to do this race, honestly, because I don't like driving these cars. I know I'll get crucified for saying I don't like something in PMR, but if I say I don't like something in PMR, I'm wrong because I'm hating on the game. And if I say I like something in PMR, I'm wrong because I'm glazing the game. Fucking the opinions of this game. Yep, fuck this. Get the fuck out of my life. Fuck that. Joke. What a total fucking joke. How the fuck do people like that? I'm sorry, sim racing is fucked. It totally is fucked. Get me out of that. Yeah. Yeah. That game's a no-go until the update, for sure. Every time I jump into it, that's the experience, and I'm just like, why? Why am I doing this to myself? What a fucking joke video games are, man. I'm calm. I'm not as angry as I might seem. Like I said, when I'm angry, I'm quiet. When I'm loud, like audibly angry, I'm not really that angry. It's more just venting, so I don't ever actually get to the point of being angry. VW Passat. It even prevents you from dropping driver rating? Yeah. Yeah, it's cancer. It's cancer for the game, and if they leave it in there, then their game deserves to continue to get cancer. I'm just going to start it. People join, they join. They don't, they don't. I don't really care. Exactly, cool mods. Exactly. Might as well add bananas to LMU. Oh, you're not wrong. Oh, wow, the force feedback immediately. Cold tires, cold tires. Icy cold tires. Cold track. Calm it down. Just calm down. I already feel more out of this car, though. That's the point. Yeah, I have the pit speed maxed out on my own custom lobbies. Just so, whatever. Get in and out of the pits as fast as possible. Yeah, like I've said, PMR's biggest problem on PC right now is that AMS2 exists. That is a good point, AJ. That is a good point. I'm in a weird state right now where, like, I just truly don't care what people think about my opinions of sim racing. Like, you either agree or you don't, and that's the end of the argument. But, like, if you really want the, you know, monopolies to continue to abuse you, keep on giving them money. I just don't understand the sim race space right now where, like, the consumer is just being abused badly and we're thanking them for doing it. It's like, what's the Stockholm Syndrome? Where, like, you fall in love with your captor. Is it Stockholm Syndrome? Sim racing is basically that. In fact, that's my next sim racing stream title. Sim racing is Stockholm Syndrome. Yeah, that's the thing, guys. Like, if you got to drive this car in AMS2, you would understand why I'm like, nah, on the PMR car. And there's a lot of cars in PMR that I love the way they drive. Absolutely love the way they drive. Whenever I get in an LMDH, in PMR, it all ends the same way. Rage quit. Every time. Oh, a little fun fact, if Limberto's listening, this is one of the few games that I can beat Limberto in. Limberto hasn't quite figured out the alienism yet in this one. He's not quite a... PMR, though, he absolutely beat my ass. Beats most people's ass in PMR. We like what we like. I don't know if it's like part of the DNA of this game or whatever, but I noticed that the tire screeching sound from like a lockup seems to happen a little bit sooner than the full lockup of the tires. Almost like it's a like a tell, like a warning that, like, hey, you're about to have no control of the car. That was weird. My headset just shut off. That was strange. That was very strange. My headset just said nope. Came back though. This is one thing that AMS2 does weird. My shit's locked all the way right in one direction until I advance the game. Now that I'm back on track, we're good. I gotta start in P1. Okay, so it doesn't work like an LMU, where it'll lock you at the speed. Yeah, rolling starts in AMS2. They make LMU's rolling starts look like, you know, Forza Horizon. That's the only warning I get, telling me to reduce my speed. That's it. There's nothing on the road. No control. Go wherever you want to go. You're in charge. You're in charge of your fate right now. Full immersion mode. Well, look, nobody's playing this game, just like PMR. There's more people playing it, but it's not worth writing home about. Well, I don't feel like doing 100 hot laps here, so... Boys, I don't know. I don't know. The landscape of sim racing is, depressing. Without a doubt, depressing. So, if I stream tomorrow, I don't think I'm going to be... Let me see if there's anything happening. Like, if I fall into any race quickly. I'm basically out of time mentally here, and actual. I find with AMS2, it's best to just start your lobby and wait. But that can be frustrating when you're streaming. Perfect. Get me in. I don't care. We're going to make one attempt in LMU, and then we're done for the day. We're going to end it on the high note of fucking hating this game. Turn 1 Carnage. Turn 1 Rage Quit. It's funny. The first few times I tried online with this game, like actually tried, not just tested it out, I like cared about my rating and like wanted to like get better at it. And now the more time I've played it in it, the more I don't give a shit about any of those fictitious, imaginary numbers that don't mean anything in life. Fuck starting in the pits. That's if you care. I don't care. I want to start in the race, during the race. Pull the Joker card. I technically should have... Oh, no, I don't have it yet. Update comes out on the 28th. Joke. That's ironic it's called the Joker card because it's a fucking joke. Oh, I must have it on auto. Fuck. I must have it on auto start. And what's your thoughts, Foy, now that you watched the video? You're... I'm gonna slap you silly. I don't think it's that bad. It means you fell for all the fluff they put in there. All the fluff. Yeah. Just realized that. I actually forgot it was Monza because of the lack of chicane. Ignore my line and my driving. I don't care at all right now. I'm just here. Not trying to ruin anybody else's races, just trying to get through it. Yeah, exactly. You can use the Joker card in any scenario, though, Fway. If you... The point is it's not someone... They're using... See, you fell for it, Fway. You fell for the wording. He's using the frustrating real scenario that happens to people when someone crashes into you. But they are locking that behind a paywall, and where that becomes pay to win is that knowing you have a get out of jail free card in your back pocket to reset anything that happens in that race from a ranking standpoint. You will now drive harder, which has nothing to do with the person ignorantly crashing you. You will now drive harder to win the race, knowing that if you screw it up on your own and you crash the car, you can use that card and it doesn't count. That's how it's pay to win. And everybody's, I guarantee you. What the fuck is that? Oh. So my pedal's hanging. Hold on. It's not doing it on my actual my car is driving itself though in game. There's load on the pedal. What? This is new. Bro, what's happening with this shit? I'm running out of patience with all this shit today. I've changed nothing! So I can brake a lot deeper there. like a zombie right now. You know, I thought a week away would refresh me a little bit. I blame the games, man. I wasn't even gonna stream today. Believe it or not, the video that they put up, LMU, made me stream. So I could complain about this horrible decision making.
Time 144.23.
Break is also hanging up. Dude, I changed nothing on this game. What the fuck is going on?
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
At the rate I'm going, I'm going to change my channel name to EJR Gaming and only play other games that are not sim racing. It sucks because I like it, but like someone needs to finish a fucking game. AMS2 is the closest. Give me ranked play in AMS2 and I will just delete everything else. I'll reinstall PMR at the end of the year 1 to see where they're at. Fuck, I'm so defeated by this shit. The potential is there to have so much fun, and then people just... They just bend the knee to bad games. And they go, yup, and then they defend it. They go to war for games that are broken. Slow down! You were just telling me to catch up a half a second ago. I wish I could delete all that shit. I want it to be like AMS2. No lines, no information. Let me race. This game is weird. It holds your hand in some ways that I can't stand, and it in no way holds your hand in other ways. It just needs to pick all in or all out. But this, like, half-stepping, I don't know.
Green flag, green flag.
I know I'm nitpicking, sorry, but not sorry at the same time. Oh, buddy. Of course. I mean, so far, better race etiquette than PMR. But at least there's a safety rating system in this. And also people playing it to actually split them up. Doesn't matter how safe you are in PMR or not, because there's not enough people playing. I'm so jaded. They need to get rid of the Joker cards. I'm sorry. It's just... This is LMU. Joker cards are a bad idea. I just don't agree with it. Especially behind the paywall. The bare minimum is everybody gets them. But they should just remove them. Oh, sorry for the kiss. Blown engine. Blown engine. Little red engine light. Car's junk. Car's junk. This game fucking sucks. This game is trash. Absolute trash panda game. Yeah, it's all pay to win, yeah. I'm fucking stuck here. Seriously, LMU enthusiasts, what do I do right now? Other than quit the fucking race? Is it over? I'm done? Somehow, that is the cosmetics of a car with a blown engine from an impact. What do I do? What's the suggestion? Can't go anywhere. Car's junk. Fucking game sucks. If I had a Joker card. Yeah, this whole game's a Joker card. That's the fucking problem. Exit this fucking game. Uninstall. LMU. 2 down. Who else? Who else is next? Let's just get rid of all of these cancers. One step at a time. Fucking so close to being done with sim racing, man. I'm not even kidding. These games suck. How the hell is that popular? I'm so lost. I feel like I'm staring at a pile of shit, and the mob is telling me I'm supposed to love it. And that there's something wrong with me for not loving the steaming pile of shit that's in front of me. I feel so disconnected from reality. %, will not be buying the next DLC for LMU. They can kiss my ass. What's left? This is how my last stream ended too. Yeah, Black Flag stream tomorrow, guys. In fact, let's schedule that now. Oh, weird. Apparently, I only have partial abilities to do that while I'm streaming. Black Flag tomorrow. Fuck sim racing, man. Until these games fix themselves, I like... AMS2, I'm good with, but it's a player problem. Can't get enough people to play it. PMR has got its own share of problems. We're waiting on an update. I'm not touching that till it gets an update. Rensport, whatever. Rensport. Honestly, like... outside of AMS2 right now, I feel dead in the water with sim racing. PMR is better than LMU. I don't care. I'll die on that hill. I really don't care what the mob says. LMU is a shit game. I don't know how people like that. I had 2 laps there, or a lap and a half of like some decent door-to-door driving. And then the car spins out, hits the wall, and I lose the engine. The bumper doesn't even take any damage outside of some fucking scratches. But the engine's junk. And the race is over. Like... God, I fucking hate LMU, man. Holy shit. I'm happy it's gone. Just thinking about it pisses me off more and more. Oh... like, I don't even want to leave... My argument for leaving it installed is that I can do comparisons. But, like, everybody knows I don't like LMU, so they're not going to listen to me anyway. They're going to say I'm biased against it. I'm not biased against it. The game is shit. The part that leaves me so angry is that so many people love this game that is fundamentally shit. And then they're making the conscious decisions to be anti-consumer. I don't know, man. Get a racing crew for tonight. Can you say that again? To where I can understand it. Going on, Oliver. What a dick. Currently just purging my computer of all the shit that I can't stand at the moment. Race Room even pissed me off to the point where, like, it's been so long since that game's been out. It's gonna have problems like that. I don't even care. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Actually, never mind. We're out of time. We're completely out of time. I've barely played it at all. Admittedly, I'm not much of a rally guy. I like racing. I don't really like the time trial shit. Black Flag tomorrow, guys. I think I'm going to be playing single-player games until somebody does something that I like in sim racing. I really don't know what else to do, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like when I play LMU, there's an algorithm with a gun to its head, or gun to my head, forcing me to play a game that I don't want to play. Oh, you don't have to apologize, Oliver. I'm just ranting. Sim racing is getting harder and harder to tolerate. It's just a bunch of shitty games that are collectively would probably make a really good game if they all combined forces. I don't know. I'm fatigued. I'm totally fatigued. AMS2 feels good, but it has no ranked mode. That's my complaint with that. And while as much as I don't think ranked is always my shtick, it attracts a lot of people to play the game. And the problem with AMS2 that does directly affect me is that there's not a lot of people playing it. PMR, we'll see what the next update brings as far as how it makes me feel. The driving in PMR feels good with the exception of the LMDHs. Ren Sport's also incomplete massively. I don't know. I know I'm playing Black Flag tomorrow. But, like, if I gotta shift gears from streaming sim racing to making videos talking shit about sim racing, then that's what I'll do. But, like, until they improve, man, I just don't know what to do with this stuff anymore. Like, you're actively being fed a pile of shit, and people are telling you you're supposed to like it. What's Black Flag? Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. Remake of the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. I'll give you guys a very, very, very brief teaser on this. Actually, no. We'll just tune in tomorrow. I'm not even wasting my time. Yeah. That's it, folks. Another stream, another frustrated EJR, because all of these things are, you know, yeah. Yeah, we'll see, Cool Mods, we'll see. But I'm frustrated with this, man. I don't know. Like, I feel like at least 50% of the decisions that go into sim racing actively push it in the opposite direction of realism. I don't have any more mix. Too bad. I would go drink 7 of them right now. I like AMS2. I like AMS2. I do like PMR, when it works. I've seen the update. It looks good, but they are actively working on getting rid of all of the gremlin level bugs that will ruin a player's experience over time, myself included with that. So it comes out when it comes out. Outside of maybe playing AMS2 on stream, I'm going to be taking a total break from sim race streaming. I want to jump into some good games that I've been wanting to play, single player games. You know, like I said, the next stream, tomorrow's stream, is we need EJ to like sim racing again. Well, they need to make good games then. I don't know what to tell you there. Just everything's fucking half-assed. It's all half-assed. Like, AMS2 is so good, but at the same time, to critique their driving, have they ever driven a car? Every car does not drive on the bump stops. But hard to remain positive. Make sim racing great again. Was it ever great? Or has it always been this shit show? Because admittedly, I think a big part of my, like, shock and awe of how I'm acting is that I am newer to sim racing. Far more active in real racing. Not necessarily circuit racing, but racing in general. Motorsport in general. That's where I come from. And I come into the fake version of it, the simulation version of it, and I go, wow, what a shit show. Anyway. That's it for me, folks. I'm done. Tomorrow, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And at that point, maybe some AMS2 sprinkled in there from time to time, but we'll be actively waiting on the PMR update. And hopefully that lands well so we have an active simulator to play that draws me in, draws in people who want to be part of it. Yeah. Till then, folks, I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the morning for some Black Flag. Till then, peace.